Cost of healthcare. We are live at the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference this week here in San Francisco. The Wall Street Journal editorial board out with a new op-ed this morning called "The Drug Price Control Threat." It is questioning whether or not the new Congress can come to a bipartisan agreement over rising drug prices. And they say basically this is the one thing that it seems that everybody agrees on, putting a cap on drug prices. Joining me right now is the CEO of Merck, Ken Frazier. Ken, it's great to see you.
Always good to be here, Maria.
Thank you so much for being here. So this is the age-old question, how do we get drug prices higher? And I know that you feel that if you start putting caps on things, you're going to stymie innovation. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. Let me start by saying we want to work with the administration and Congress, both parties, to ensure that patients can have meaningful access to drugs. And affordability is a real problem. The question is, how do we solve the affordability problem for today's patients without creating a problem in terms of developing the new drugs for Alzheimer's and other things that tomorrow's patients need from this industry?
I totally agree, because how are you going to get somebody to put their own capital at risk, put their own capital on the line to pay for research and development of new drugs if they think at the end of the day they're not going to make money on it?
Well, that's absolutely right. I mean, we have to ask people to put a lot of capital up at stake at a high risk for a long period of time. And there are ways that we can go about, I think, working on the affordability issue without importing, for example, price controls from other countries.
How do you do that? I mean, there's one article in this, one line in the article was, under Bernie Sanders' bill, the HHS secretary could break the patent of any drug that is excessively priced. Excessively priced is what they deem to be excessive, which, judging by the political peak, would include all of them.
Well, you know, I think if you look at what happens outside the United States, people say, well, it's great because the drugs are cheaper. What they don't understand is how often those governments put restrictions on patients getting access to new drugs. So in the United States, for example, in the cancer field, with our drug Keytruda, when we are able to prove that it's useful in a particular tumor type, it becomes available essentially immediately. We have situations in European countries where that delay can be 18 months, 2 years. I don't want to import those systems. Now, what would work in this country, in my opinion, are market-based solutions. So what do I mean by that? Greater availability, for example, of generic drugs, including biosimilars, would lower the cost of drugs tremendously. Changing the value-based systems for payments to ensure that we're only paying for whatever in healthcare is actually providing value. Those are the kinds of solutions. And then I think really importantly, it's important, Maria, to understand that about $150 billion in rebates and discounts are being paid into the supply chain. We need to change the incentives in the supply chain so that more of that money gets passed on to the patients at the actual pharmacy counter. Those are things that we can do without destroying the entire system and destroying the incentives for tomorrow's innovations.
You make such good points. Keytruda has been a game changer, a lifesaver, literally. Where are we in the fight against cancer right now?
Well, we have really good news. So, you know, we've shown already that Keytruda as monotherapy and in combination with chemotherapy can significantly reduce the amount of deaths. So with respect to newly diagnosed people with the most common form of lung cancer called non-squamous lung cancer, we're able to reduce the death rate by 51%. There's never been anything like that. We also have been able to demonstrate its value in 9 other tumors beyond lung. So, and we're just getting started. We know there's useful activity in 25 tumors. We have 900 clinical studies going forward. Again, going back to the pricing issue, we can't afford to do that if we're not able to get a return that keeps the market interested in our business.
That is so fantastic, Ken. I know the pushback is, though, that Keytruda is expensive. What is it, like $140,000 a year?
It is around $125,000, $130,000.
Okay.
But the question is, if you take a newly diagnosed patient who's on Keytruda and is not going to die, compare that cost to what it costs for a patient to get progressively sicker and to ultimately die, hospice and everything else. Actually, we can't afford cancer. It's not cancer medicines we can't afford.
That's a good way to put it. I understand. Merck and Pfizer as well, among the biggest gainers of 2018. You had a good year, up 38%, 22% respectively. Tell me what drove that kind of a performance and where the growth at Merck comes from in 19 and 20.
Simply put, it was innovation. It's new drugs. It's the volume from new drugs. Keytruda, of course, is the one that the market looks for and most people identify with Merck. But we have so much more. We're not just a KEYTRUDA story. Let's start with oncology. Beyond KEYTRUDA, we have two important medicines in conjunction with AstraZeneca and Eisai, Lenvima as well as Lynparza. These are targeted mechanisms that are useful across, again, tumor types. Beyond that, we have 20 new cancer medicines coming in the pipeline. Vaccines. Gardasil, which has been around for 10 years, is now being viewed completely differently around the world. It's being viewed as an anti-cancer vaccine. People want to use it for people, both males and females around the world, and we're launching it in new markets, including China. Wow. We have a bigger vaccine pipeline than we've ever had in our history. And then in hospital especially, we have issues like around Bridion, our new drug, which actually reverses muscular blockade. You know, when people have surgery, you have muscle relaxants. And then the question is, how do you bring the patient back? How do you get them to breathe and to be on their own? That drug does a wonderful job. So we have fantastic stuff. And then we have a great animal health business on top of it.
And an animal health business you put together partly by acquisition, right?
Yes, partly.
Yeah. So tell me about that, because it's amazing how much growth there is in this business. People will spend, you know, incredible amounts of money on their pets.
Well, so it's both a pet or companion animal business, and it's also a production animal business. I mean, you know, the world doesn't have more room to create protein. We have to be able to raise chickens and pigs and cattle in a way that actually is going to meet the needs of the world's growing population. And that's squarely where we're focused, as well as on the companion animal side.
And real quick on Alzheimer's, this is something that touches so many people out there. I know there was a failure recently. What do we need to see in terms of understanding more about the brain and getting our arms around some of these neurological diseases?
Well, I think we need to understand fundamentally how the brain works. So we have to understand the pathology behind Alzheimer's. But what's the good news is the fact that we had a failure in a late-stage compound has not deterred Merck from continuing to work in that area, as well as in areas like schizophrenia and Parkinson's, where we need new medicines. Again, coming back to the beginning, we need to have a system that allows us to continue to go after these really difficult issues.
Fantastic. Ken, it's great to have you on the program.
Always a pleasure, Maria.
Thank you so much for all that you do. Ken Frazier is the CEO of Merck.